Sounds great. First of all, thanks, Brad. Thanks for the introduction and all the effort in getting this up and running. It was not an easy chore to get done. And thank everybody. I can't tell who's on because the screen is full screen, so I'm grateful for everybody showing up. I also apologize a little bit because what we have here is a PowerPoint, but I work on a Mac. So I had to transpose everything from the Mac to PowerPoint. So some of the functionality and whatnot is lost when you do that. But hopefully we'll get through it and everything will work out just fine. Let's just get forward. What we're going to talk about tonight is what we call the intelligent number system. And as Brad said, I've been working on this now for a lot of months. Thought of it just as an idea, and then I partnered with another company, and we've now put together this product, and it's ready to go. The launch tonight. This is the first time I've actually made this public, and those of you that are here, and a couple of other people have made me to it, and we're going to start tonight. So hopefully this is the beginning of a great adventure for all of us. And it's called the intelligent number system. But first, let's see. Okay, let's make sure this works. I want you to hold on to your hats because the magic is about to begin. And I really mean that because this is hopefully an opportunity that most of you've never heard of, and it is truly magic. Well, first, my name is Carrie Gans, and I am the president of Mobile Market Creator Incorporated. We're a mobile marketing company. We basically provide a wide range of mobile marketing services to small, medium, and large businesses. I have a handful of sales reps around the country, and we're working with a wide variety of companies now. We've only been in the market about less than a year, probably 8 months in actuality, but we're now starting to make some great headway, wide variety of products. And that's where it all started. The reality is, though, that I'm also a dentist. And I've been a practicing dentist for way too many years. But I always practice Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I've never practiced anything that's sometimes less. So I've always had the opportunity to do other things. So I've owned everything from a digital x-ray company where I used to travel 30 weekends a year. I own a part of a software company out in Irvine, California. I've been a consultant to both in the United States. I've been in Japan and Sweden and Switzerland and Germany, France, England, you name it. We did that for a lot of years. And about 7 or 8 years ago, I was working with my company out in California, and all of a sudden they really didn't need me anymore. So I was looking for something else to do, and fortunately, came upon the whole idea of mobile marketing. So I used to have thousands of emails a day like everybody else, and all they talked about was the mobile marketplace and how this is going to be the next great event, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm actually probably preaching to the choir because most of you already know this. However, thanks to two guys, and my friend Ken Anderson and Dave Viego, I learned a great deal. I started out just looking at SMS. Thanks to these two people, basically, my eyes the wide world of mobile marketing. And what other opportunities were reaching out to us that we could provide to customers around the country. So I owe a great deal of gratitude to the two men you see on the screen, as well as the gentleman that invited me to speak to you tonight, as Brad friend through forums now probably for a year. And there are very few as hardworking guys around than Brad, and most of you know that. So I'm probably preaching to the choir once again. But thanks to these three guys, I'm here tonight to show you something that I honestly believe could make a major change. Now, this is not a white shining object. This is not a WSO, never will be. Not that I'm against them. I've probably bought more of them than anybody on this call. But this is not a WSO. It's what I call a UBO, unique business opportunity. And it really is. This is something that I believe that everybody on this call and everybody in this call's friends, relatives, whatever, could participate in this and make a real change in the way we do offline marketing. We're going to discuss, we're not going to discuss the rapid growth of mobile. You all know what that's about. We're not going to discuss why you need to be in the mobile marketplace, because you already know that. We're not going to discuss the statistics on mobile. You've probably read to those way times. We're not going to talk, for the most part, about SMS, mobile websites, apps, GPS, proximity marketing, Bluetooth marketing, all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about it to some degree, but not in any detail. We're not going to talk about Facebook and LinkedIn and Pinterest or anything like that. We're not going to talk about Kindle, and we're not going to talk about QR codes or anything like that. This is not what we're going to talk about. What we are going to talk about is a unique business opportunity, a real product. Not a 30-page PDF that you're going to buy and then probably forget that you bought, which I do all the time. It's a real product. It's a real strategy. It's something that you can think about and walk away tonight, tomorrow, whatever, and start making a living pretty quick. It's to build your own business as big as you want or need. Now, this is, we all, look at these WOs and we buy them. And I know when Brad put together this lecture series, it really was all about getting people off the WSOs and into selling. So that rather than buying all these products, and whether it's a WSO or whatever, and filing them away on your computer hard drive, we need to get out there and create our business, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to sell and make a good living. And this is a chance to do just that. And once again, to build a long-term business rather than a short-term hobby. We're not looking to just build something that's going to last for a day, a week, a month. We're looking to build something that is going to last for years to come. Now, I've got to tell you, my motivation in doing this, I could sit down and just be a dentist and make a very good living, and I do. But I've always looked at the entrepreneurial side of business and said, wow, what else can I do? Now, I also happen to have a 9-year-old. I have a 40-year-old as well, but I have a 9-year-old. And my goal is to build this into such a long-term business that I can transfer it to him. So when he becomes of age and is looking for something to do, I can just turn this to him and he'll have a nice business to run. That's my goal. So I'm in this for the long term. He's only 9, so I've got a good 10 years to deal with this. So stay tuned. We're going to get into this, and we're going to talk to you about the intelligent number system and why I think it's so important. Now, it starts off with 800 numbers, and you know what an 800 number is. You see it on every billboard, you see it on TV, radio, and you understand the importance of it. If it wasn't important and didn't work, you wouldn't have companies like Sleepy's and 800 Got Junk and 1-800-Flowers and 1-800-Mattress using it. And there are many other examples. So we're going to start off with the 800 number, Vanity number. Now, I may use 800 number as just a generic term, but it involves 800, 855, as you can see with Sleepy's, 866. There are a wide variety of numbers that you can use. So it starts off with an 800 number. Let's give you some statistics. I told you I wasn't going to, so we're going to run through this real quick, but it all relates to vanity numbers. It is common knowledge, and you can check web yourself, that vanity numbers proven to increase advertising response rates by 25% or more. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this to you because I really don't want to bore you to death. Percent of Fortune 500 companies use vanity phone numbers. That's 40%. That leaves 60% that don't, which is an incredible opportunity. 90% of Americans say they use toll-free numbers. The response rate of 30% due to the use of a vanity phone number. Vanity numbers improve customer recall rates and visual aids by up to 84%. It's a lot easier to remember a vanity number than it is to remember 10 digits. 58% of magazine ads contain a vanity number. A Chicago Tribune advertising survey found that advertisers using vanity numbers were getting 10 times the amount of response to those advertising with the local numeric number. And finally, 72% of billboards that contain a number, a telephone number, feature a toll-free vanity number. The reason I'm showing you, the reason I went through these statistics, is why vanity numbers, although they're commonplace to most of us, are an important part of a marketing program, and it should be part of every business out there as they move forward. Now, why vanity numbers work? Well, once again, I don't want to read all this, but I think you can gather. Look at the way that format is. Isn't that ugly? Anyway, retention. Vanity numbers are easy to remember. Product. Consumers associate vanity numbers with products. They just do. 1-800-Flowers is a perfect example. Customer. Consumers prefer vanity numbers to local numbers because they're sending this with customer satisfaction. When you're paying for the call, meaning the business, the consumer knows that you'll have a knowledgeable salesperson answering the phone. Whether that's true or not, I can't tell you. Expanded sales territory. Vanity numbers increase the rising, drawing calls from consumers who normally might call a competitor down the street. And increased campaign life. Vanity numbers become imprinted in a prospect's memory. So long after a campaign is completed, vanity numbers continue to produce calls. Once again, we all know 1-800-Flowers, and that's ingrained in our memory. I'm also with a cold, so I apologize. Well, I want to know about 800 numbers. I hope everybody's handling 800 numbers. Well, I guess you're not. Not so much? Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Because the truth is, state, because it's not really the 800 number part of this that's so exciting. I happen to like that. But if it's only about 800 numbers, I probably would not be getting involved. And when I first into this and first started putting this together, nah, that didn't quite excite me either. But what if, just what if, you could merge all of the technologies we're currently dealing with, all of the technologies, and merge them with an 800 number, mobile websites, SMS, YouTube videos, Google Maps, Android apps, S apps, iPhone apps. Merge all of these technologies, use them as part of an 800 number system. What if we could incorporate all of the tools that we offline marketers are looking to sell to customers and combine them with telephony? Combine something that we know brands a business, increases return on investment, is well known, easy to remember, etc. What if? So I want to introduce you to what we call intelligent numbers. They start with a vanity number. It could be, vanity, whatever the number happens to be. So it starts with a vanity number. Now, ARCs have a wide selection of vanity numbers, and we have a back end that you have access to if you decide to work with us, that you can actually get on and find out all this information. But what we want to do is find a number that help the business brand themselves. Okay, so we're going to look for numbers that relate to their business. And once we have a number for them, we can attach keywords, which are basically functions, to that vanity number based upon the need of the customer. Press 1 to do that, press 2 to do this, etc. We'll go into that in more detail. So what we do is we have the vanity number, and then we're going to attach a bunch of keywords similar to what you would do with SMS to that vanity number. And we can add functions or remove very easily, very quickly. It's a very napkin. This is not something that's written in stone. So as the business grows, changes, we can grow and change with them. It is totally permission-based. No spam allowed, because as I've said on many occasions, if we as marketers allow spam to occur, the tools we are using today will go the way of email. I'm not a big fan of email. And the reason is because of spam. I get, like you, 4,000 or 5,000 emails a day, and 90 of it is junk. But we must keep this solid. Whether it's an SMS program, whatever it is, we need to make sure it's always totally permission-based, and this is. Now, the nice part is that once somebody pushes press 1, 2, or 3 to access a phone, their cell phone number is added to a database, much like you would do with SMS, and that number is now available. Go ahead and send campaigns to blasts, etc. So what we're doing is we're attaching all of the functionality of SMS, and we're going to attach it to a vanity number. That's our intelligence system. Then customers can again campaigns and blasts as they want. What are some of the unique features of intelligent numbers? Whoa, that really got messed up. First of all, the numbers, you can't read that because I can't, but the numbers can be shared or they can be national. This is kind of important. Let's assume you're a little pizza joint and you're in New York and you want to have, for example, 1-800-PIZZA, or whatever the number would be. Well, for the most part, it becomes too expensive to have that as a national number, plus you don't need it. Because the chances of somebody from California calling that number to get some pizza from a little pizza joint on Long Island remote. So what we provide is the opportunity to buy a shared number based upon the area codes that you want. So I live out in Suffolk County on Long Island, and our area code is 1. So Mario's, which is right down the street from my house, if they want it, they can have 1-800-PIZZA, and anyone that calls from a 631 number would be sent over to Mario's in the 631 area. But let's assume this in 310, which is California, there's a little pizza joint. They're also with 1-800-PIZZA. We can sell it to them as well. And anytime somebody from the 310 area code calls, it'll be directed to Mario's in California. The system is smart enough to know that. Now, we can also sell national numbers. Right now, we're talking to a chain of 30 burger joints. They're all over the country. So they're looking to buy a number that is nationally represented. So they will have access to it. Nobody else will. So this provides an opportunity for every business, small, medium, large, enterprise, franchise, to have the availability of the branding and the return on investment of a vanity number at a very cost-effective rate. Yes.
Something happened on the screen. Can you click the back button on the PowerPoint and then come back to this page and see if there. Um,
How are we doing? Is that better?
Getting there. Let's see. There. Yep.
Okay, let's go. Tell me if this looks if it come better. Are we now?
Yeah, we're okay.
Okay. All right. So first, the first unique feature is that we can do shared or national branding using whatever the number is, 800, 866, etc. The second nice feature is that there's no typing involved. Now, one of the reasons people don't like texting is that you have to use those small keys on your phone with our big clumsy fingers. So very often we'll put in the wrong code, we'll put in the wrong long code, we'll send the wrong message. So unless you're really adept at that, it does lead to mistakes, errors, messages being sent. I actually sent a message the other day complaining about something from one person and sent it to the wrong person and got a message back. Why are you yelling at me? And that's real. So there's no typing involved because now people, all they have to do is press 1 to do this, press 2 to do that. And we'll give you some examples in a minute. It finds the best features of SMS, MMS, and telephony. It provides the ability for you to send any kind of message that you might send using any of the SMS programs out there. You can send video, you can send content, you can do all kinds of things. If you open up mind, use imagination, we can probably handle it through the intelligent system. We have geofencing and we have geo targeting. Let's use the example of that burger joint. They have 30 different locations. Well, we can do a couple of things. One, we can put a fence, a virtual fence, around any of those locations. When someone enters that fence and calls, they are sent to that one location. So that's geofencing. So if they go to a specific location. Now, for that company, what we're also doing is we're customizing each of those messages with the voice of the receptionist at that location because that's what they wanted. So they wanted the message when that phone is answered from the person at that location. So not only was the person, when they enter that virtual fence, they pass that border that we set. When they enter there, they're going to be sent to the location that they're closest to. Now we can also do geo targeting, which means when someone calls, the system knows where they are by their location, whether the fence there or not, and send to the nearest location. Once again, let's use 1-800-FLOWERS. Let's just don't do any fencing, geofencing, but they just want to go ahead. They have, I don't know how many hundreds of locations. So wouldn't it be nice if someone called and instead of having to go to a website, look up a zip code, find the nearest 1-800-FLOWERS, then go ahead and call them? What if they could go ahead and press 2 for directions and the system knowing where they are by either their GPS on their phone or through the cell phone towers on feature phones, it knows where you are, automatically sends you directions to the nearest 1-800-FLOWERS. So we do geofencing and we do geo-targeting. Work on any phone, feature, or smartphone. It'll even work on the landline. So let's assume, once again, using the 800-FLOWERS example, let's assume you're calling them from a landline and you want that coupon for $25 off a vase of flowers. Well, what the system will do, it'll recognize that you're on a landline. It'll ask you for your cell phone number, and it'll go ahead and send that information direct to your cell phone. Once again, track your cell phone number and store that in a database for future campaigns and blasts. The other part I really like is that Vanity numbers are better than a gym membership. The old adage about a gym membership is that you tend to forget about it even if you don't go. You periodically may go, but you'll keep on paying monthly premium, and eventually you'll give it up. Well, nobody gets a Vanity number. Once you have a Vanity number, I can guarantee you that 1-800-FLOWERS will never give up that number and let anybody else have it. They're just not going to do it. They've branded that name indelibly in the mind of the consumer. And that goes for many members. Once they've put on their stationery and they've put it on their TV and radio, all of their advertising, the media, etc., they are not giving up a Vanity number, which means that this kind of income can go on for many years to come. Now, we all know that, fortunately or unfortunately, when we sell products to customers such as SMS, there's a lifespan. Not because of the product, because of the customer's enthusiasm level. They may work with it for a month, 2 months, but after a year to 2 years, they're more or less, not as excited. One, it's not unusual. Two, stats change, etc. So the lifespan we sell. System. My example, this is relatively new. All right, I can't prove it to you, but in your mind's eye, can you envision once they have that 800 number, that vanity number, giving it up? Okay. Now, the other exciting part about this, and which really gets kind of cool, is that we can add this to existing numbers. So we can either provide a vanity number to a customer, or let's assume they have one. So let's assume that 1-800-Flowers already has it. They're not getting a new one. We can add all of this functionality to their existing number without altering their number at all. So they still have the same functions they had before. We're just doing this as an add-on. So just imagine being able to contact all of these companies with numbers and just adding this on as additional functionality. So basically what happens is a customer calls that 800 number. They go ahead, they press 1, say to the receptionist. They might press directions to their local pizza. They might press 3 to get a coupon worth 25 cents off a soft drink at the pizza place. They might press 4 to download their Android app or their iPhone app. Anyway, you get the idea. They can download videos. They can do almost anything you can think of that can be done with SMS, and even some things that you may not be aware of. Once then, first, once again, it's all permission-based, so they are asked for permission to send the information. It gets sent to their mobile phone. Once they get it to the mobile phone, their cell phone number is added to the customer's database. Now, once again, I apologize. This stuff is on and off the screen. That's only because of I moved it from Keynote over to PowerPoint. So once again, it looks a little sloppy, but get through it. Anyway, that's the basic system. Now, they can have many keywords or functions as they want. They can be changed. They can be altered around. The text can be changed. All of this is a very fluid system. Here are a couple examples. I'll leave them up for you. Now, these are not
Carrie,
real.
can I ask
you may get pushed off to a receptionist. I forget whether they've gone live at any point.
Can I ask a question, Carrie?
Sure.
When you said press 1 for our receptionist, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm in Lakewood, Colorado, and this is a multinational, multi-state chain, that can actually direct me to the receptionist of the store that's closest to me. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
See, that's why I got so excited. I couldn't wait to come. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so incredibly awesome. Okay, go on, Kerry.
That was my example, by the way, with the burger joint. They have 30 restaurants. And what we're able to do is direct people to the nearest burger joint just upon where they are, either by a geofence or geo targeting using their cell phone. And that works, by the way, with either the GPS on their phone, and with feature phones, it triangulates using towers. So either way, we know where they are. Anyway, these are two numbers. You can play around with them, go on them, fool around, and test them. You'll get an idea. You can try them on your landline. I think the 1-800-Flowers will do that. But you can play around with it and get an idea, how they work. By the way, when we're done, I'm going to give you my office number. So anybody on this call that has any questions, wants to review this, whatever, please feel free to call me. I'm around all the time. If I'm not there, then I'll certainly call you back. Okay. So moving forward, lead generation. I'm always asked, how am I going to find leads? How am I going to sell this? Well, I've got to tell you, I can't think of anything easier than this. Now, I just did this little video. I don't know if it'll play on here or not. I don't think it is, but let's say not so much. I'm going to trip it over. It doesn't play. But what this basically is, I just went and looked up the various 800 directories, and this is one of them. And there's another one right after this that you can find. And all you do is you type in whether it's a keyword. You can type in a state or whatever, and it'll give you a list of all the 800 numbers that are available, that are currently being used by various businesses. As a matter of fact, let me just go back. And now let's go forward again. And let's go right here. So you can see here, you can actually click on any of these niches, or niches, I guess whichever it is. Click on any one of them, opens up a screen, go by alphabet, you can go in, type a category. This is the National Toll-Free Directory. If you want the URL, I'll be happy to supply it to you. And you go in and you can find all the companies, and they will give you their 800 number. So I did a search on, I think it was restaurants the other day, which you would see on here if this was live, and for some reason the video is not playing. But and Domino's. Now, can you imagine if you were lucky enough to give Domino's a call? I don't know how many hundreds of restaurants Domino's has, but I'm more than 100. Now, can you imagine, just in your mind's eye, if you could get Domino's and take their 800 number and add the intelligence system to it, and with all of their different locations, it would be an awesome task, just incredible. And the compensation for that would be dramatic. But you can find all different companies in your state. You can do it by state. You can do it by need, whatever. And these are available just by, if you go ahead and Google them, you'll find them. Here's another one that does it very similar. Okay, so getting leads to do this is really not a challenge. And certainly, just to give you an idea, we're just in the process of closing a mall out in California. And I have a sales rep out there who just walked into the mall, met had a meeting with the vice president of marketing, and we had created an app for them, and we had done a quick demo of an 800 number, of an intelligent number. He thought the intelligent number was absolutely incredible, and that's what sold. I'm going to show you the sale in a minute or two. He was just overwhelmed by the possibility you can do with that vanity number, and they don't have one. They just did a $30 million renovation of the mall. They're now going to do all this marketing, and this is all going to be part of it. And I'll show you what we presented to them. So what you're going to do, and another thing I want you to understand or think about, is that this is a real business. Now, the intelligent number part of it can be the whole business, or it could just be part of a business. Because what you're going to do is create an ongoing revenue stream for you and your customer. So your customer is going to see, their ROI in this is going to be dramatic, and it gives you an ongoing revenue stream as their success continues to grow. You're developing a relationship with them. This is, once again, this is not a WSO, this is not a PDF. You're developing a significant relationship based upon your customer's needs and wants. You can then go ahead and create additional revenue streams such as mobile websites, apps, social networking, whatever your other interests are. This is a great door opener, especially for those businesses that already have a vanity number. Because to get past when you introduce yourself as somebody who can make, increase the return on investment on their 800 number, it's a lot easier to get them motivated than trying to go in there initially and sell them a mobile website. They already have the 800 number. They know what it is. Most companies are enjoying the profits associated with it, and now all you're going to do is add to the system without any work on their part. It's all done behind the scenes. So what you're going to do is you're going to build up your business by adding all of these other services, which, by the way, press 1 to go to our mobile website, press 2 to download our app, press 3 to go to our Facebook page. Once again, that all becomes part of this generic business. Where necessary, you can outsource all of this. Now, if you want us to do it for you, my company does websites and apps and stuff, but there are loads of places that you can outsource it if you don't want to do it. See, you don't have to do any of this. You can outsource all of it. And once again, this was not supposed to overlap the text. How does it work for you? How does the system work? Well, you find a customer that really loves the idea. So you're going to go, whether you do it through telemarketing, whether you do it door-to-door, whatever way you find, through email, whatever way you want to do it, you find a customer that loves the idea of intelligent numbers. Then what you're going to do, we provide you with a back end that is specific to you. You get your own URL to log in, and you can actually go ahead while you're at the customer. You can actually go ahead, find them a number, and get them signed up online. So you don't have to leave there. When you leave there, they should be signed up. We can get you the number. Now, this basically applies to the smaller business, because we have found that the small to medium-sized business, this is not an issue. But when you're looking at a business that may have 30 different venues, or maybe a national company, there are other things that you have to do. But in its most simplistic form, you can go in here and sign everybody up on this website. Once you've found them a vanity number, which is that first page over here. Once you've found them a vanity number, then you go to the next page where you're going to go ahead and sign them up for their vanity number. Do they want what plan do they want for that vanity number? So the vanity number comes with 100 minutes, but then they have to decide 100 minutes are included. They can buy bigger plans and at the same time pay less money per minute. So they get the different plans they can buy. I don't really want to go into too much detail about this. This is all done in training. But what you're going to do in the second phase is pick coverage, pick a payment plan, and select a routing number. It's all that simple. It's all done on the website. Example would be you can pick New York State. Then it'll show, in this box it'll show you all the area codes for New York State. You can then pick which area codes they want, move it over here. It then will actually total up their cost as a running total as you're doing it. You can then pick which plan they would like over here, whether it's the plan that just includes the 100 free minutes or whether they want more minutes at a lower price. Where do you want this routed? Because once again, it can be routed to a specific number, and then you click Next. The next screen that pops up is the SMS part of it. So right now you've picked the Vanity number. You've gone ahead and picked plan for that Vanity number. And once again, during training, we go into this in more detail. Then you're going to pick an SMS, A, B, D, whatever. When you pick the plan here, it automatically updates their cost. Then what you're going to do while you're at the customer, all you have to do is, what do they want these buttons to do? Press 1 to go to a mobile website. Press 2 to do whatever. In this box, you're going to put the links to whatever that may be, because we don't know right now where their mobile website is located, what video they want, etc. So you'll just put that in this box. Then you'll hit Next. You'll capture their credit card information, etc., and then you're done. We do the rest. We'll set this up within usually 10 working days. Everything is completed. Now understand that we do custom voiceovers for this. So that does take us, and we have a company that does all the voiceovers for us, and that does take us several days to get that done, depending how busy we are. So if the customer wants to use their own MP3, we can do that, and then the turnover is much more rapid. But we like the custom voiceovers because they sound great, and it could be male, female, U.S., British, whatever. Now this system right now is only available in the U.S. Hopefully in January it'll be available in Canada, but we're working on that. But right now it's basically U.S. So most of the voices will be U.S. voices, male or female. Then the most important part of this is support the client. Now that's why when we discuss this is a real business, and you can't just do this and walk away. I wish that was true. It would make everybody's life easier, but you've got to support the client, because once again they're building this database of cell phone numbers. All right, now they're getting their coupons answered, they're delivering directions, all of these other things, but they're capturing cell phone numbers. So now they can send out campaigns and do blasts that can increase their return on investment dramatically. We all know that. So that's where we need to give them some kind of guidance. How often to do it, what kind of campaigns to send out, when to send them out, time and date, things of that nature. So that's where your support comes in. Now, the good part about that is, as you support the client, you're increasing your relationship with them and giving you the ability to upsell to other items that you may feel are appropriate for that business. But this is a very important part of it. If you don't support them, they may keep the number, but understand that with the Vanity number, they get, let's assume, 100 minutes, and it's 6 cents per minute thereafter for anything after the minutes they choose. With SMS, once again, they pick a plan, and then anything past that number of messages, in the A plan, they get, I believe it's 100. I think it's 1,000 messages. Okay, for $75, and it's I don't remember. I think it's 5 cents a message thereafter, whatever it may be. So the more messages they send, the more money everybody makes. So if they're not sending messages and not doing blasts, they're not spending money, and therefore we're not making money. They're also not making money either. So it's incumbent upon us to stay with the customers, support them, provide them with the knowledge they need. No different than what you hopefully are doing with your offline customers and the other aspects of your business. Now, what we are doing is providing limited licenses. And the reason we're doing that is that I don't want this messed up. It's truthfully just too important. As I said, it's my son's future. So I'm only looking for serious people to do this. And if you're serious about starting a business, having something that can only grow in the future, then this may be for you. Now, for your limited license, you get an account dashboard, which is yours. So you'll be able to track your sales and all of that kind of stuff. You'll get a choice of territory. Now, right now, we're limiting this to 1 city per licensee. The first 50 licensees, there's no territorial limit. Now, I'll tell you that I messed up, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But right now, we were originally going to do just 1 city per licensee. But on the application form to become a licensee, my programmer put in first 50, no territorial limit. So I will abide by that until such time as he can go ahead and remove it. So if you want to have no territorial limit, then you need to sign up quickly, because he will be removing that. And the reason for that is I just don't want everybody bumping into one another. I don't want everybody calling Domino's, because that would be suicidal. So if you want Chicago, if you want Dallas, and if you pick a city and you want the suburbs around it, we'll work that out based upon area code. So all you'll do is tell me what city you want and what area code's around it, and we'll be happy to accommodate you if at all possible. But we're trying to limit this so that, there's plenty of business in every major city around this country. So there's no real reason for everybody to bump into one another. That being said, and I have a slide later on, that for the people who sign up before that comes down, there will be no territorial limit. We provide you with training, support. There is a company website which has marketing materials, training videos, all that kind of stuff. And we give you whatever support you need, because the truth is, if you succeed, we succeed. It's just as simple as all that. This is just some of the marketing materials we have for you that you can put your name on it. You can change the names. You can do whatever you please with it, and then just print it and use this to deliver to your customers. I have found that the best way to sell this, as well as most of the other products that we sell, is by live demonstration. People don't read what's printed, but if you're on your phone and you just dial 1-800-FLOWERS or some of the other numbers we can make available to you when you're at a potential customer and show them the value of it, listening to it, watching it is far more important to them than reading a piece of paper. But we will have this as well as other materials available to you. So, for your investment, you'll have access to your own personal dashboard, both for the actual filling out of the customer's information, etc., plus a dashboard where you'll be able to track all your sales. There's the company website with training, and you get full support. Plus, once you sign up, as we add additional products to the intelligent number system, and we're now in conversations with a company that will increase our GPS coverage. I'm not sure whether it's going to go through or not. You will automatically be updated to that. So are you ready? The next question is, does this sound interesting? Is this something you can see yourself doing? So, what is it going to cost? Everybody needs to know that. And as I said, we do not want this to be something that everybody does, because then it will minimize the importance of it. So the license fee, well, it is $497 per month. Now, that being said, for the first 50 licensees that sign up with us, because this is brand new, this is the first time we're launching it, we will decrease that to only $197 a month. And that will stay forever as long as you stay with us. Once I get 50, we will increase it to $497, because I just don't want this oversold and having too many people called by different people around the country. So right now, for those on this call, the first 50 licensees, it's $197 per month. What you get for your $197 is a 25% commission on any and all sales you make, and on all recurring revenue, as long as the customer stays with us and you stay with us. So the sky is the limit, and I'm going to show you some numbers in a minute so you can get some idea of the value. So it's $197 a month, and you get a 25% commission on all initial sales and recurring revenue. I don't care whether you do this yourself, you hire salespeople. That's up to you how you do it. Now, what I suggest you do is that you charge a setup fee. So whichever business you go to, and I'm going to show you what we've done, is you charge them a setup fee. So if you make one sale and you charge them $197 for the setup fee, this is yours to keep. We don't want any of it. You've already paid for that month. You get two, you've made a profit. Now, you can charge any setup fee you want, and I would suggest it's to base it on the complexity of the deal. A simple mom and pop pizza joint might be $197. A large mall might be $29.97. So it's really up to you what you charge. That is for you, and it's up to you how you do it. I don't care how that's done, but that is yours to keep. That should offset in a matter of weeks any license fee that you have to pay, especially at $197 a month. One sale per month covers the license. So let's give you some examples. Here's part one. Now, this is for the number 1855 Yoga Now. It's one of the numbers we have available. And using just this New York as an example, we just took New York State. These are the area codes in New York State. And we picked a simple plan, and the monthly on this would be $375 to get these area codes month to month for that number. Now, there are premium numbers, anything with an 800 number, and some of the other numbers we have are premium numbers, which we sort of reserve for only national customers. And once again, during training, we will go over that. But they're more for national coverage. But most of the other numbers are available. And we're adding numbers all the time. We have strategic partners that have access to almost any number you can think of. And if you don't find a number on the site that your customer likes, all you have to do is contact me, and we'll research it and find another number. Because there are lots of numbers out there. You can't possibly put them all on the website. But we're adding thousands of numbers all the time. So this would be for the initial just for the vanity number, $375 a month. To that you would add the SMS part of it, the intelligent part, which might be the B plan or the C plan and whatever. So we just picked the B plan, which I believe is 500 minutes, and it's 2 extra keywords. They can have as many keywords as they want. What we basically do is charge them. They get a certain number with each plan. So the A plan, they get 1 keyword. With the B plan, they get 2, etc. And if they want more, they just pay $25 per keyword additional. We don't suggest having 10 keywords because nobody wants to sit on the phone and listen to 10 choices. Now, these are once again fluid, so we can change the text to any of these numbers in a couple of days. So that's not a big deal to do that. So my only point for showing you this, and not to go into any detail, is just to show you that rapidly this became a $750 a month deal. 25% of that, you do the math. And once again, once this is set up, it just goes on forever. Now, here's a deal we're doing right now. This is actually the email that was sent to the customer. So just to show you, just to give you a feeling for what's going on. Now, our SMS service works with shortcodes. The customer never sees it, but that's how it's sent. And it is, by the way, this is not Twilio or anything like that. It is through a basic telecom provider. So this is legit stuff. It's not that Twilio is not legit, but certainly the volumes that we potentially could be doing would not work with Twilio. So it has nothing to do with that. So this is a customer that needs their own shortcode. So we're selling them a shortcode for $2,500. We're charging them $1,500 for the setup. Once again, you can charge $197. This happens to be a mall, and it's going to be rather complicated, so we made it $1,500. So their one-time setup fee for the intelligent number was $4,000. We then went through all their monthly charges. We sold them on top of this. Once they agreed to this, we sold them a mobile website. We sold them an iPhone and Android app. We built this up to the first month of $2,689. Their setup fees of $10,114 for the first month, and it's a $2,624 monthly charge thereafter. This is real numbers. We just did it. Am I telling you this is every company? No, it's not. This is just a sample, but it's real, and we're doing it now. And this should close. It may have closed today. We're just waiting for them to sign the check. But now this didn't occur overnight. This took us probably a month to close. Only because of the fact the bigger the company, the longer the sale. So this was a mall, and it just took a little while. But they have other malls. So once we've closed this, it'll be a hop, skip, and a jump to go ahead and sell them to another mall, to the next one and thereafter. But these are the kind of numbers you can say, and it can get bigger than this. I mean, just imagine what an 800 McDonald's would be. I mean, I can't. My small brain can't figure that one out.
Guys,
so you got.
My son is a manager at McDonald's.
That's what it boils down to.
I got that one.
Once again, basically, it's one licensee per city. You can, if you get on board, you can select your city. If you get on board right away, you will have no territorial limits. But if you wait, you will have to give us a city. If it's available, you can have it. Once your city of choice is gone, it's gone until someone gives it up. And I don't assume people are going to give this up too quick. So other than the initial 50, and especially those that get on tonight, because by tomorrow, hopefully that page will be changed and the territorial limits will be back. So if you sign up tonight or by tomorrow, because my programmer won't be on it till probably sometime tomorrow, when you get to the form that you fill out to start, it'll say no territorial limits. As long as you sign that form and you send in your credit card, you will have no limits. You can sell anywhere in the continental United States. And that's just huge. Once that form is changed, I cannot do that anymore, and you will just be able to pick your city and the surrounding suburbs if you want. We'll let you do that, and then you can go ahead and sell to your heart's content within that environment. Okay? And that's just the way we have to do it. So
okay,
my
Kerry?
suggestion is you sign up now. This is the link. I'm going to leave this on for a second, so those of you that are interested, there's the link you can go to. It's just a simple form. it'll require, fill out your basic information, your credit card. By the way, your card does not get automatically charged. It won't be charged tonight anyway. So if you have buyer's remorse tomorrow, just call me. I'm not worried about it. But my staff won't be in till late tomorrow, so don't worry about it. If you decide tonight to do it and then tomorrow you decide not to, I don't know why you would, but this is I don't do business that way. So I just suggest if you want to get in on the no territorial limit and for the 197, that you be one of the first 50, and the no territorial limit you get in there on there tonight before that form changes. If you see the form changed, it just means you lost out on the no territorial limit. That's all it means. But you may still be one of the first 50. Okay.
Okay, Kerry.
Yes, sir.
Dave Igo's on here, and
Sure.
I'm going to turn his mic on. Are you there, Dave?
Yeah, what's happening, boys?
Hey, Dave.
What's going on, brother?
Nothing much. I'm glad to see you're on.
Yeah, well, I had to check this out. You and I talked this afternoon, and everybody on the call is going to think this is some kind of marketing ploy, and it's not. But look, I just wanted to jump on here and let you know that this is badass, man. This is like one of the most innovative things I have ever seen. And you and I talked a little bit earlier today about what my involvement was going to be with this thing going forward. And I just wanted really to jump on and tell everybody on the call tonight that you really need to take advantage of this opportunity, because I promise you, when I roll this out to my group, it's gone. And there will be no more opportunity. I mean, this is really innovative, man. I mean, we talked about it, and I know you've been working on it like 2-3 months now. Or 2-3 months that I've been aware of it anyway, I should say.
Yeah, a lot longer than that.
Yeah, right. And this is groundbreaking stuff, man. I just wanted to jump on. I'm really impressed, dude. I really am. When you first hit me up with this about 3 months ago, I was, shame on me, but I was, oh yeah, another this, another that. But this is innovative. And this is going to be something that sells itself. And like we talked about earlier today, Kerry, foot in the door is the hardest part, right? And this is just going to this isn't going to be opening doors. This is going to knock down walls. And, you and I have become pretty good friends. And I just wanted to say I'm proud of you, man, because this is truly groundbreaking stuff. And for whatever it's worth, this has got my endorsement 100%, and anybody who's got the opportunity to get in with the unlimited territories, you'd really be a fool not to. I'm in, and I don't want to, hijack your webinar here, but I just hit Brad up. I said, look, you got to unmute me. You got to let me jump on here, because I've seen it all, and I've done most of it, and this is something I've never seen or done yet. This is good stuff. So, congrats.
Thanks, Dave.
That's
really,
all I got to say.
Well, honestly, I appreciate that. I don't know if you were on from the beginning, but I gave you and my friend Ken and Brad credit for where I really am in this business. I mean, as I said, I've done many other things. I had the largest digital X-ray business in the dental industry. We did millions of dollars of business, and we were #1 in the industry. I've done a lot of things. This opportunity, which came my way, and it's like everything else in life, it's all by happen chance, came my way. I grabbed on it because I said to myself that this is an opportunity to really get out to the marketplace. Not only where you have to explain what it is. They know what vanity numbers are. Now we're just attaching all this technology to it and increasing their current return. So, Dave, I thank you for those kind words. I really do appreciate it. And we will be. I will be in touch with you tomorrow, because if there's one guy I want on board, it's you. Okay, I think you're muted again, but thank you, Dave. Anyway, so back to the slides. We're almost done. And I told Brad we'd keep it to about an hour. So for the first 50 licenses, I don't want to beat this to death. The URL is up there. You get up there, you sign the form, you send it in. If you're one of the top 50, it's 197. If you're in there before that form is changed, you have no territorial limits. We will be in contact with you to set up training. I'd like to do it with as many people on the training call as possible. Answer all questions. Take any suggestions. Now, I want everybody to understand, because that's, once again, this is the way I do business, that we are open for suggestions. My reason for speaking to Dave and Ken, even prior to this offering, and to Brad, was to get the best minds in this business to give me help. I mean, I'm not so big that I can't get help. So if there's suggestions on how we can make this better, bigger, how we can make it a better opportunity, I'm wide open for suggestions. So if you call me on my the office number, which I'll give you in a minute, I'll be happy to chat with you. Anybody that wants to get me on Skype, it's CGANZ, CGANZ 2279. Get me on Skype. I'll be happy to chat with you on Skype. We're, as everybody here probably knows, we're on there all day long, as my wife and my son will probably tell you. So it's I'm happy to chat with you, give you explanations, answers, whatever you need to make this work. That's really what my job is. So once again, it's the $197 a month. You get 25% commission, plus you get to keep any of the setup fees, make them as big or small as you want. That's your opportunity to pay back that license fee and make as much money as you want to make. There's no contract. It's month to month. If you're not happy, we're not providing you with the service you want, just give me notice and you're out in 30 days. I put this in, because I realized that I did make a mistake and that you can benefit from it, and that was all about that form that I, by mistake, the program had put on no territorial limits, because that's how we were originally going to do it, and I never changed it. But that is not the case. But I will honor that because it is on there, and I could not get him before this webinar. He's homesick, so I could not get Dan on the phone, so if I can't get Dan, I couldn't change it. So since it's there, I will honor it. So if anybody signs up tonight, you get no territorial limits. Go ahead and sell this across the country, and I couldn't be happier. All right, let's see.
Kerry, I'll step in here for just a second. Sure. Folks, if you have any questions, put them in the chat box over here. I'm not quite sure what Frank was asking. I think Frank left. That's fine. There's no setup fee. The setup fee is what you charge to the client. But as far as, it's a $197 a month licensing fee. This is not any sort of a marketing ploy. Kerry, honest to God, Kerry and I talked about it, and it was going to be, by city. And so Kerry's a man of his word. We'd already scheduled the webinar, so it says that on the website, so he's going to honor it. So this is not a marketing ploy. I mean, that's honest truth about what happened. So it really gives you an amazing opportunity to really get in here. Since there are no territorial limits on the first few people coming in, McDonald's, my son is a manager at McDonald's. McDonald's is mine. You can have everything else, but So, but in addition to that, what I wanted to say was this. The training that you're going to get with this. This is a business that you can start tomorrow. Get in the training. Get yourself ready to go. Get your marketing materials put together. Get them, white labeled with your company name and phone number and that sort of thing. And be ready to hit the bricks at the latest by Monday of next week, ready to go. And one client, you charge that $197 setup fee. For a smaller business, you've got your licensing fee paid right back, and it is absolutely, in my book, the most incredible opportunity that I've ever seen. The second Kerry showed it to me, it was I'm in with both feet and everything I've got. So that being said, I'll be here to assist as well. To give you ideas, to help you, we of course, like Kerry said, we're always on Skype. Y'all know that. You can catch us. Hey, I'm working this deal. You got any suggestions how I can do it? So you've got the support that you need. This is not some WSO where you buy a PDF and throw it on the shelf and it never does anything. We want to see you be successful, like Kerry says. That's how we become successful, is when you become successful. So we're here to help you do what's necessary to get the job done, to get out there and really make this happen. And if you do other things along the way, or like Kerry said, if you want to hire his company to do it, or you got some things that I can do for you, you can definitely outsource a lot of this stuff too to add additional value and additional services to your customers. So definitely a foundational tool to build your business to the next level, and I mean way to the top. I saw this as an opportunity to really build my residual monthly income. Sky's the limit, folks. So that's my 2 cents on this one. I've been so excited sitting on this one. I've been bugging Carrie over and over again. Carrie, when can we get this thing done? So I'm excited to be able to offer it to my group first, and really appreciate y'all being on the call. Let me see what questions we have here.
Yeah, I'm going to shut off the screen sharing, Brad.
Okay. Okay, let's start here. Questions for you, Carrie. Dave had to go. He said, awesome stuff. How easy is it to get the vanity numbers? Craig asked that.
Yeah, all you need to do is once again, everybody gets their own front end, we'll call it. And all you need to do is plug in the niche that you want. It'll give you a list of numbers. And if those work, that's what your customer likes, those numbers, then you're done. Like that 1-800-YOGA, whatever. If there's not a number there that your customer likes, and that may happen, let's assume the customer wants 1-800-PIZZA now, and it's not there, then what you do is you just call us. We research it either through our list or we go to our strategic partners, and we try to find, if not that number, something similar to it. So it's something that within a day we can get that information back to you. Now,
and that's what I like.
In fact, as of Friday, we will have another 1,000 numbers on the system. So we're adding numbers all the time as they become available, because if some people give them up or they have new numbers come up, and they're adding numbers all the time. So we add those to our system, and they're available to you instantaneously.
And that's what I like about this whole thing is the fact that we've got professional partners that are there to help you. If they can't get that number, they're going to look for a vanity number that makes sense, that's going to match that business. And so there's a lot of numbers that are available, a lot of things that we can do. By the way, they were asking, is there a website that they can go read up more about this before they make that decision?
I put it on a new website, geniuscellular.com. It has some basic information there that you can take a look at. I say Frank wrote something about extra padding for an extra layer. I don't know what that refers to.
He left. I'm not sure what he was referring to either.
Yeah, but the basic deal is there is no padding. It's this is a business, and it's strictly the commission rates or what I said. As far as the territories, I just messed up on that form. That's really what it boils down to. Actually, the program is messed up. We originally were doing no territories, and I realized that this might interfere with the long-term sale, so I purposely changed it. It wasn't changed on that page. That's all it means. So I will honor that because it's there.
And you said that was geniuscellular.com?
geniuscellular.com.
Okay. I put it in the chat box so y'all can just click the link, and hopefully my fat fingers typed it right.
Yeah, you look good.
So, let's see here. All right, thanks Pam for being on the call. Let's see if there's anything else here. So all the SMS redirects, etc., are handled by the intelligent number, correct?
Yes.
That's all built in, yeah. Any other questions, guys? Well, good question. Sandy's asking, what would you pay a salesman? You actually have salesmen, don't you, Kerry?
Yeah, I do. Well, that's really up to you. How much you're getting? 20%.
Well, yeah, but
truthfully, I pay my salesperson 15% on these sales. That's what she earns. Now, the advantage to her is that it's an entree to everything else. So she may make 15% on this, but I'm also paying her. She's getting 45% on the other sales, on the mobile websites and the other things. Now, she's actually a regional manager out in California. My regular salespeople get a 25% commission on such things as mobile websites, apps, and things of that nature. So the standard salesperson would make 15% on the intelligent number system, and they would go ahead and make 25% on all other sales. Then they also get a 20% residual. There's another layer that goes down if they hire salespeople, but that's basically the way I've set it up with them.
Okay.
Hope that makes sense.
Any sales materials? You covered that,
Well,
but go ahead and cover it again.
Yeah, we have some marketing materials up there, and we'll be adding material all the time. It just depends on what people need. So we have those two slicks up there. One goes over the vanity number, and the other goes over intelligent numbers. That's what we basically put up there. We'll have some training materials and videos and things of that nature. If people need other items, all you have to do is ask. So we'll fulfill those needs. I have plenty of other material from all the different things we're doing, and I have a team of people that will put it together. I'm not exactly sure what people would want, so we didn't do more than that. We just created those two slicks, which you can go ahead and alter to fit your needs. If there are other materials that you want, whatever that may be, all you have to do is ask, and we'll put it together for you.
Okay, any other questions? Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, folks, we're up about the 67-minute mark, and so we'll go ahead and call her a day. Now, Kerry, of course, gave you his phone number, his Skype, his email address, kerrygans@gmail.com. What's your Skype again, Kerry?
Yeah, it's CGANZ, C-G-A-N-Z 2279, and that's the easiest way to get me, because I'm always on Skype.
He's always on Skype, guys. He is. So let's see
my
here.
wife's chagrin, but I'm always on Skype.
Says, will the text platform be a substitute for WB Monster?
Will it be a substitute? Not really. And I have Wrecking Ball, and I have all that kind of stuff. And that's really how I got involved with this. That's how I met Dave and Ken and all that. There are certain things that I don't think you can do with the intelligent number system. I'll give you an example. With the mall, what we're doing for them, what we're planning to do is a scavenger hunt. To do a scavenger hunt with the intelligent number system would be difficult, and because my plan is to, for each section of the scavenger hunt, we're going to have people text in a number to get their clue to go to the next, the next area, the next event in the scavenger hunt. So that's going to be kind of tough to do that with an intelligent number system, because we'd have to have too many. We're going to do this in the mall. We might have 20 different spots that they have to go to, and I don't want to put 20 numbers, 20 functions on any phone. So there's certain things I think that are limited as to what you can do. I think that from a lot of businesses, this is all they need, and I mean that. I think there are a lot of businesses that this is all they need. They can get all of the functionality they need with this, and they don't have to do table tents. They don't have to go ahead and do all kinds of promotions. All they have to do is show their phone number. It also helps people, by the way, to download apps. So if you're creating an app for a company, it's another great way to get the app downloaded to the mobile phone, whether it's an Android or an iPhone. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you more about that idea for a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, it was fun. It was one of the guys on the Skype forum came up with that, and I think it's a great idea.
I think it's an awesome idea. We've got Robert Goff, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, is going to come and teach us about mystery shopping mobs, and that kind of ties in with kind of the same type of concept.
Sure.
It's great. I mean, the stuff that you can do for clients, and so I mean, just being a part of this group, I think we're going to really be able to grow our businesses together and really. Okay, let's see here. Sandy's asking, can I see the initial cost to the end user before I sign up so I can see what the charges would be for my clients? You kind of covered that in the presentation, but and of course that varies by client.
Yes. What can we do? If Sandy, if you want to either get me on Skype tomorrow or email me or something, I can try to set something up for you and actually walk you through it. But it's difficult because it does vary based upon the where the customer is, what numbers they want, what vanity number they want, how many area codes they want, what plan they choose. You can do it for as little as $100 a month for certain customers, and it can go to thousands, as I showed you, for other customers. So it really depends upon what the customer's wants and needs, and that's why I think it's so powerful, because it really allows us to go to almost any business. And whether it's $100 a month and the residual for you guys is $25, or whether it's $2,500 a month and your residual is whatever that is, this just goes on forever. And the sale is much easier, obviously, on the small customer because their wants and needs are going to be much less. So it's hard to show. I'll be happy to show you the front end if you want to look at it. But that's really the answer. It could be as little as $100 and as high as thousands of dollars, depending on the customer. It also, by the way, depends on their usage. If a customer, we're talking to 1-866 Sleepies. They have 700 stores. 700 stores, they could send out 250,000 messages a month. If they do that, then you can imagine what their bill will be and what the profit will be, what the residual will be. So it really depends on the customer that you're talking to. But once again, if you'd like me to show it to you, I'll be happy to do it.